fellas, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Happy New Year. Happy 2020 to you guys. You guys are all my friends now. You guys know I've been doing this for about 2 years on YouTube and Instagram, and I really enjoy what I do. It's a lot of fun to make videos on a daily basis about stuff that regular guys do, you know what I mean? Listen, I want to thank every one of you guys for continuing to watch Mowers and Blowers on YouTube. It's been great because, you know, the commenters, the regular commenters, and I'm starting to get a whole bunch of newer guys that are starting to comment too, you know, and it's great to build up this good circle of guys that, you know, we work on this stuff together, you know, as if you guys were here with me, you know, so I think that's a lot of fun. So for the new year, I just want to thank you guys for continuously to watch, because I consider you guys like friends now, you know? So, you want to give me a high five? Give me a high five. Well, my camera is so small that I can't really give you a high five, but get off the couch. Some of you guys are watching me on the big screen. Some of you guys are just watching me on your phone or iPads or something like that. But then, just give me a high five, you know? I'll be able to feel you giving me a high five. Because, hey, if you've watched Star Wars like 10 times, right, and I know you have the Force. You can feel it, you know? And if you've seen Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi, you're like part Jedi already. You can feel it, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, look, how about we not high five, but we high one, all right? So come on, get up, come on, touch the screen. All right, ready? Happy New Year. High five. Did you touch it? Did you feel me? I felt you. High one. Alright, anyway, so, some nut messaged me today and said, hey, you still have a snow commander? I says, last one. He goes, well, do you deliver? I says, well, I have delivered, but I don't like delivering. Why I don't like delivering? Because you'll drive round trip to wherever he is, right? Maybe there's tolls, maybe there's no tolls. But then you get over there and the guy goes, I don't want it. So you just blew your gas going over there, you blew your gas coming back here, you blew the tolls, you blew the time that it took to load it in your van. So, no. I won't ever do that again. However, if you pay me a delivery fee in advance first, that'll cover those that pain in the butt, you know what I mean? Or you can come down here with, you know, these are guys that don't have like trucks or pickups or vans or trailers or something, so they can't pick up anything big, you know? But they can drive down here and you can check it out first, pay me first, and I'll follow you home. That'll work, you know, as long as you're compensating me for gas, toll, time, unloading and loading, right? So this guy's in like Westchester. Well, Westchester is you got to cross the Hudson River, you know, so there's one of many bridges you got to cross. It's like $25 round trip, but just the tolls for the bridge, you know. And then, of course, you got the possibility of going on the Cross Bronx Expressway. That will drive you crazy right there, you know what I'm saying? So it's not even worth it, you know. I'm saying, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll go take a videotape of it running, right, and the condition of it, and I'll send you the video, and then you can go borrow your boy's van or something like that and come down and get it whenever you want. But I'll sell that thing no matter what, man. It's my last Snow Commander. I sold one this year. I sold like 9 last year. And it'll sell. You know, it's a good machine. If you guys don't know about Snow Commanders, biggest single stage they ever made. It's got 4 wheels, not 2. The 2 little wheels are like caster wheels in the front, but they don't turn. They're just straight caster wheels. It's got power propel. You pull the auger handle one way, it engages the auger. You pull it all the way up. The front tilts up. The paddles hit the floor and propels you forward. Helps you. It's a 24. I'm sorry. It's 24 wide, 7 horsepower Artec. It's a nice machine. Anyhow, so I'm going to go in the backyard and start up my last one. I haven't done a thing to it in over a year. It's been sitting in my shed. I'm just going to start it up. After I start that up and do a little video on it for this dude, you know, maybe I'll sell it, maybe I won't. But I'll do a video on it. I want to start it up anyway. You know what I mean? It's getting close to, we might get some snow eventually. Not soon, but eventually. Anyway, so today, I'm going bowling with Andy from Jericho. You know, the guy I went on the ski trip with, him and his family. It's like the kids, they just can't get enough of each other. You know what I'm saying? So going bowling on New Year's Eve. I mean, I like bowling, but I mean, isn't that going to be like super crowded? Like, don't you have to reserve a lane? I don't want to go over there and wait online for like an hour and miss New Year's and you're not bowling, you're just waiting, you know what I mean? So, I don't know if I want to do that, but yeah, either way. Today I'm going to cut this, and this is what I've seen a lot on the MTDs, is that how do they secure the gas tank to the tractor? They put a zip tie on it. I mean, really? Seriously? I mean, I guess it'll be easy to take off and just cut it, you know what I mean? But then I gotta find a zip tie that long to, or put two together and make one to re-secure this on there, you know? Reason why I want to take this off is because A, it's got ass gas in it. Yeah, well, I could just drain the ass gas, right? But it's got like the black remnants of the inner part of this cap in pieces in there, you know? So I want to kind of like dump it out and clean it out, you know what I'm saying? So that's just about the only way I'm going to be able to get it out is flip it upside down to get it out, you know? So I'm going to take the gas tank off, check out the hose, the fuel line. Gonna take the carburetor apart and see what's up with that, you know, if it's dirty or whatever. I'm sure it's dirty, you know what I mean? As you guys know from the last episode, this thing wouldn't start up until I shot fluid through the carburetor into the intake manifold. So I think the carburetor is definitely hinky, you know what I mean? You're gonna disconnect the mower deck belt from the crankshaft pulley because it's putting resistance onto the engine. So as, you know, we're trying to start this engine, right? This engine's got to work extra hard. It's got two blades stuck on it, you know, so it'll be hard for it to try to start, you know. Battery's been charging overnight. We checked for spark yesterday. We got good spark. And it actually ran for like a second, you know what I mean? So it turned over. As you know, we also figured out the wiring, the solenoid and all that. So battery, solenoid, ignition switch, that all works. This thing cranks, right? We put about 3/4 of a quart of Earl in there. It's enough to, you know, get it lubricated just for a start, you know. That's it, I think. You know, hopefully we can get this thing running. You know, it's been sitting in my garage for like 3 days since I got back from vacation, but I've been so busy picking up crap that I haven't had any time to really work on this, you know. So, yeah, it is New Year's Eve. There's a limited time for me to, you know, work on this stuff because I know the family's got to get together and do something, you know, as a family, you know. You remember my free... chainsaw, you know, the pull-on chainsaw I got for free. That's right, free. Anyway, as you know, the piston and rings and the cylinder wall was scored to hell. I mean, I couldn't use that. So I did a disassembly, you know, a teardown of that chainsaw. You know, it was in good shape too, you know, other than the engine, of course. And so I've sold some parts here and there on eBay, you know, like the clutch. Some guy paid like $30 for the little clutch ring, the gear. Unbelievable. It's $30 right there, you know. And then some dude came over and picked up the case. The case for the chainsaw, I sold it for $20. Turns out he used to be NYPD too, who worked in the emergency service unit, who was working on the highway with the highway patrol at the time that I was on the job, right? We ended up talking for like an hour because we knew the same people. Small world, really. Anyway, so let me go in the backyard and start up that Snow Commander. There it is. There's my last Snow Commander. I haven't touched this since last winter. Putting some mix in here. I don't know how good this gas is, but it looks okay. Got a nice blue hue. That's good enough. Could never I never have a good gas can. Every one of my gas cans leak. Primer bulb, giving it a few primes. After just adding gas in it, you may have to prime a little bit more just so it starts to flow, you know. It's on choke. Power on. Here we go. Prime some more. Well, this one's going to take a bit for it to get started, I guess. Well, I think I flooded it, so I'm going to just leave it out there for a while I work on this and give it a try later. I've disconnected the hose to the gas tank from the carburetor, and I'm just letting it drip into the canister I have there. Get all the fuel out of there, and then I'll remove the gas tank. Actually, I could do that right now. Another thing about zip ties, if you cut the zip tie at the area where you stick it in, and then you pull this part out, you know, you can reuse this at a shorter distance. See what I'm saying? It's still a long zip tie you can use. You know what I mean? Don't cut it here, cut it there, and then you can stick it back in here and use it, you know? Save a zip tie. Okay. So you're a rocket scientist. That don't impress me much. Ooh, 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 ooh. Of course they make it hard for me. Why wouldn't they? So I just drained this tank. I'm going to dump out what's in here. That was easy. Good hose, clean tank now. This is what was inside. It's the inner part of the gas cap. That's what I wanted to do, is get that out. Put the gas tank back, the fuel filter, hose. Gas tank is now clean. 5/16 bolt. Get this thing out. 7/16 for this thing here. And of course I can't, oh, what the hell? 7/16. It's difficult to get the other one out. I have to find a socket. Breather hose on the bottom. Some fuel has come out. Shouldn't be that much fuel, which means that the seat is probably done on here. That's probably the reason why it started the whole problem in the first place. You know? 5/16 wrench to get these studs loose. This is an original Walbro. It's a good carburetor. Just loosen the studs here. Break the seal, the gasket right there. Choke cable comes right out like this. Choke linkage, you can take it out. It's in the last hole. Go from the bottom up like this. Slip it into this canal. Small, tiny little one here comes out in the hole. Pivot it like that. And there's your carburetor. Walbro LMT 49908. It's your typical LMT 49908. If you could find a Chinese copy of this, you should get it, because most of them on eBay now are the fake Nickies. And they work, you know. I get the ones that don't have the fuel solenoid on it. Those are the best. You notice the Chinese, they make the copies. They make them without the fuel solenoid thing because they know. They know, like I know, that those fuel solenoids just cause problems. So they make the fuel bowl without it. Less returns for them. Know what I mean? Of course you know what I mean. Of course. Gotta get a towel or something. Got a towel. 7/16 nut on this Walbro LMT 49908. Holy cow! Damn. When in doubt, impact. See that? A machine will definitely be stronger than a human being. Okay, let's take a look at this inside the fuel bowl. Starting to gelatin up. It's syrupy with like a cloudy consistency. So it was very gelatin-like when I poured it out. It has like this clear gelatin stuff, gooey stuff. This emulsion main jet in there is probably gummed up. I tried to get a screwdriver to turn it. I gave it some, moderate pressure, but, I never have luck with these. So I'm just going to shoot it through. I'm using carb cleaner, but this is multi-purpose parts cleaner and degreaser from my friends at Lucas Oil Products. Love the stuff. By the way, a can of this great stuff is going to be in the swag box. Remember to enter the giveaway. Today is the last day. Tomorrow is January 1st. I'll be announcing the winner of the giveaway tomorrow. This is your final chance to get in on my very first giveaway. Remember to go on Instagram and follow Mowers Blowers and Lucas Oil Products. Tag all your friends, or don't tag anybody, but the more people you tag, the more chances you get to win. I'll be picking the winner tomorrow. This is, I can't get this in. Anyway, I'll work on that in a minute. I'm going to take this pin out so you guys can see. Let's check out the needle and seat. Clean the bowl. Here's the float. And there's the needle. Look at the needle. There's a piece of jelly right there. Chunk of jelly right there. See that? So I'm going to blow this stuff out. So now I feel a little down, unfortunately, because my neighbor from across the street, or not across the street, the next block over, told me that another neighbor diagnosed with breast cancer, and she's been dealing with chemotherapy lately and had some surgery, and then their dog at the same time got diagnosed with a lump in the bladder, so the dog has to be put down. So she gets breast cancer, has to have surgery, has to go through chemo and radiation, right? The dog has got a tumor in the bladder and it's got to be put down eventually, right? Then she finds out that her mother has breast cancer too. I mean, geez, you know what I mean? Makes you think, guys, that how much time do we all have left in this world? Here I am sitting here fixing tractors, cleaning a carburetor, right? What if I have cancer right now? I don't even know it. What if I'm like in stage 4 cancer already and I'm gonna die like next week, You just don't know, Makes you really think about things, man. So, I mean, it's very depressing, really. I'm waiting for the aliens to invade us in 2020 because I know they have the pill for immortality. And then she says, the neighbor says to me, well, do you want to live forever? And I says, hell yeah! If I had a chance to live forever, you betcha! Why not? Who the hell wants to die, right? Which, on the flip side, I can't understand suicide. I can't understand why people commit suicide. Seriously. I mean, is life that bad that you have to kill yourself? To me, it just doesn't register in my brain, fellas. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but as you guys know, my channel is not just about this. We talk about everyday stuff, human stuff. Hey, look, we're human, right? We're all on this earth for one period of time. We just happen to like this stuff, technical stuff, mechanical stuff that interests us, and other people are into pottery or gardening or what have you, but then you hear about somebody else that that is going through certain things. And is it supposed to have a gasket? It's supposed to have a gasket. I don't have a gasket. I have to find a gasket. Right? It's supposed to have a gasket. So I'm back. I found a gasket. I don't know if it's the same one, but fits. So yeah, it's kind of brought me down a little bit, you know, but it's good to get the bad out of the old year and in with the new, right? So as you saw, I cleaned everything. I didn't take the main jet out, but I'm just hoping that it'll be okay. I blew a lot of carb cleaner through there. I put the needle back in after I used a Q-tip with the fluid, and I cleaned the tunnel into the seat area. Because if that is not smooth, it'll get stuck, you know. I'm not going to use the impact to put this nut back on because it'll be even harder to get off later. Just tighten it with a decent amount of torque, you know. Got a gasket on there now, so. I mean, honestly, this should be alright. Appears to be seating, see, because when you turn it upside down, I can't blow anything. Then when the when the float is hanging, air goes through. So this should be okay. If not, I have lots of carburetors to try, but this is the original one, so, or so I think, you know. Anyway, the little one goes in there, big one goes in there. Choke lever pointed this way like that, from the bottom to the hole at the end. Pivot it, slide it through this tunnel here, line it up to the holes on the intake manifold, find the studs, insert stud. So yeah, so if you guys think that you have it bad or something, there's always somebody else that's got it worse. I mean, it's a good family, you know, that I know. The wife just had the surgery. The mother, I don't know the mother, but I can only imagine. And their dog. I mean, their dog plays with my dog, you know, and she's old. She's like 11 years old. I guess she's had a pretty decent life, but I mean, I just wish the dogs could live forever too, you know. I guess we all have to die because you know why? Because then the world would have 10 billion people and we wouldn't have enough to go around, you know. So that's just how it works, I guess. Sad. But I guess sadness is part of human emotion. You know, with happiness and satisfaction, you also get the downfalls of everything else too. So I'm not going to put this stuff on yet because I want to make sure it works, you know. But if you look at the way this is done, throttle is good. When you push it forward, it closes the choke plate. Seems to be good. Like the fuel line. We know the fuel tank is clean. Fuel line is clear. I didn't put the fuel shutoff yet, but I will. So this carburetor is quote-unquote clean. You know what? I didn't take this off. You know, this is very seldom dirty, you know? I tell you what, I'm not going to take this off yet, but if I have problems with it, I will take it off. Because it's adjusted to where it's supposed to be, and I don't want to unadjust it unless I have a problem. So you can see this muffler here, this has been welded together. So this tractor has been through some stuff, you know. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to disconnect the belt from the pulley, the crankshaft pulley, so that the mower deck doesn't move. The blades don't move when I try to start this up. That's what I'm going to do now. So I just took the the deck belt off the crankshaft pulley, so now this engine is by itself. I'm going to put some fresh gas in here. I'm just going to dump this entire container in there. It doesn't have that much in it. It's enough for us to test for a bit, you know. That's enough. This is the only gas can that really works well. I got it for free. That's right, free. Alright, so look. Deck belt is not engaged. Battery's been charged overnight. We know it cranks. We know it could start because of fluid, right? We know it gets spark. We just cleaned the carb. Got the fuel lines are clear. And we've got fresh gas in there. The debris in the gas tank is clear. So right now it's just trickling down, hopefully, even though this hose looks a little hinky. Oh, okay, so I moved it and a little bit came out, so I know that it's getting fuel, okay? It's on choke. Guess I'm just going to try to start it, fellas. Good luck, Henry! Doesn't seem promising, does it? Huh. That was a sudden stop, which is no good. Man, look at all that stuff in the muffler. Okay. It won't idle at super low idle, you know. Once I did that, it wants to shut off. But look at the stuff inside the muffler that came out. And you don't want to run it for long without the cover on, see? But how about it, fellas? It started and ran. Ran okay. I'm going to put the top of that crap on. So I put everything together again. I could not find a fuel shutoff. I thought I had a bunch of them, but I couldn't find one, so I had this old one. Well, the old one, look, you could still blow through it, so what good is it, right? Can't put it on if it's busted. But not foolproof. So I think before I shouldn't have taken this off because I think it needs some adjustment, which is why before it couldn't. No, I shouldn't have put this on. Duh. You know, I already put it on. So there's a cap that's on the fuel adjustment screw. You want to rip that cap off. Sometimes, that's actually pretty easy. So you can turn this thing to do the fuel adjustment. Sometimes you can turn it with your fingers, but it's tough. So I'm going to start it again, let it run for a bit, see what happens. Hello, McFly. Why is it locked up now? That's not good. It's not good at all. That's not good. Okay, I don't know why it was locked up, but I crawled under there and turned the crankshaft pulley. The battery just doesn't seem to be strong enough, man. How about that, huh, fellas? So I don't know why it was stuck before. Maybe I didn't put enough Earl in it or something like that. And, you know, I was running the engine for a little bit without that cover on. Now they got the cover on, so it's cooling the engine, you know, and I only put 3/4 of oil in there, but now we know the engine runs good. As you saw, I adjusted the fuel adjustment screw a little bit, and then once I got it at low idle and it was still running well, you lower the idle screw, which takes you down to that RPM. So runs great, seems to run great, you know. Let's choke it again. So we know it runs well, starts, shuts off, charges the battery. That's awesome, man. That's really great. In my next episode, I'm going to work on the deck, about the adjusting the deck a little bit forward, because if it's too back, right, and when it has evidence of it hitting something, so therefore if it hits something, it pushed the deck back. When it pushes the deck back, it stretches the belt so that it's always spinning. So I have to try to find an adjustment to get it to go forward a little bit. One of you guys, Matt Lamb, yeah, he told me, he sent me a link and told me to go check out this video about this exact mower, or like it, you know, where there's an adjustment down there where you take the cotter pin out and you rotate the bar, you know, to give it a few more threads going forward, and then that's how you adjust the deck. So hopefully that'll work for me on my next episode, where I can get the engine started without the blades moving at the same time, and that it only moves when you put the height lever adjustment down 1 notch, which is their type of PTO, you know. But we did well today. Got everything taken care of. We got this engine started finally. It runs great. We cleaned the carb. We drained the fuel tank. I have to put some kind of thing here, like another. Actually, it kind of feels all right there, you know. But maybe I'll put a zip tie around it. 2 of them together, wrap it around. It has a choke cable here. Obviously, this is not the original engine for this mower, because this thing, you know, is a choke cable. You know, the only choke you got is the Briggs V twin, or you know, opposed twin. You know, they have choke cables. So I'll just remove this choke cable and keep it for some other application, whatever. And I need to get a fuel shutoff eventually. I ordered some from China, but it probably won't get here for another month or so. But I mean, it seems like after I clean the carburetor, it's not leaking or anything like that, and I think it seats well too. So we're good to go. We'll work out the deck situation on the next video, and I just want to thank you guys again for following me along on today's fix. It was draining the fuel tank, cleaning the carb, getting this engine started, putting the stuff all back together again, and I mean, I'm pretty stoked, you know. I paid $40 for this, and it runs, and that's all I really wanted. It was $40 for a running engine, you know, and looks like this tractor is good enough to keep going, you know. Fix up this tractor for it to go. I really like the hood too, you know. I'm gonna fill up the Earl now, because it only had 3/4 of a quart. So I just checked the oil. There's almost none in there. It's really eating it up. Lucas Oil Products, SAE30. I'm going to put this whole quart in there because it's down there, you know. So I'm going to put the whole thing in there. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining me on today's fix, man. This was a good feeling, you know, to get the engine running like that, you know. Runs pretty well. This was only episode 2 of this thing. Looks like if I use 3rd episode, it's a pretty good success, you know. You know, you never want to go to 9 episodes or 8 episodes like I had on the other one, but you know, it's good so far. Thanks for joining me on episode 2. I want to wish you guys a happy, healthy, prosperous new year, man. Say goodbye to 2019 and say hello to 2020. I hope you guys have a great and happy new year. Safe and healthy. I'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, support my channel, buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on my next project. Have a great day.